We continue to celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month with someone who really is a part of our heritage here, not just in the United States, but throughout the entire world. Thank you so much for joining me. I am here with Chris Pérez, Grammy Award-winning guitarist, songwriter, best-selling author, and husband to the late Latin superstar Selena Quintanilla. Thank you so much for having us in your home. We're in San Antonio.
Yeah, yes, and we've been having some good weather lately. It's not quite as hot, but thank you guys for allowing me the time to come and talk with you.
No, of course. This is really important to us. I hope you know how important you are to the Hispanic culture.
That means a lot to hear it coming from you. I mean, we stay so busy over here, and we're always... Luckily, we have a lot of friends in the industry, and of course, we do the meet and greet and fans, so I'm kind of there with everybody, but at the same time, it's not something I think about too much, but, you know, thank you for that.
Of course.
It's an honor to be considered part of, you know, Hispanic heritage.
Yeah, you've had a powerful journey through music. I mean, your whole life. It started with a guitar. What made you want to pick a guitar at such an early age?
Well, I started in music when I was 11 years old, but I was playing different horns in band and things like that. That's when I started to learn to read music. And then I had a couple of friends that played guitar, and you could do so much more with that. In my head, I was thinking, well, because with a horn, you can just play one note at a time, right? And with the guitar, you can do up to 6 and make full chords on your own and play songs. And growing up, you know, it was about 12. A really good friend of mine sat with me and showed me a few things, and then I went home and I never looked back.
Wow. I mean, how many 12-year-olds you're like, I'm going to go play guitar? That's a different kind of mindset.
It is, but you know, the thing with me was at 12 years old learning to play. I'm sure if I heard a cassette of me at 12 or 13, I'd cringe.
Cringe a little bit.
But
you probably have a cassette, you know?
I do somewhere. But you know, at the time, I was just so excited to be learning songs from groups that I really admired, which were, of course, heavier, harder-edged rock things like Judas Priest, Ozzy. I couldn't quite get to Van Halen yet, but I tried, you know. So it's been a journey. It's been a long journey, but it's been fun. It's been exciting. Lots of ups and downs, but I mean, everybody's life has its ups and downs. So.
Yeah, I think what obviously makes yours different is the relationship and your ties to the biggest Latin superstar ever.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember the first time you played the guitar for Selena and she heard you?
You know what's weird is we never rehearsed. When I joined the band, see, I was in another band, and A.B. had heard of me, you know, as I had some songwriting credits. I think I was about 18 years old. Had some songwriting credits on a couple of records, and he showed up to one of our rehearsals. They invited us to a show that night that they had. I heard them. I already knew who they were, and I already knew a bunch of their songs because this band that I was in at the time used to play some of her songs. So I was already kind of familiar with all that, and he just, after that show, he came and he asked me if I would be interested in joining the band. They were having some problems with the guy they had it up to that point, and I was like, sure, here's my number, give me a call. I'm not really expecting anything. And I got the call. When I got the call, it wasn't about rehearsals. It was like, hey, I need you to come to Eagle Pass. We're playing at a gig, and
straight to a
we
show.
need a guitar player. Yeah, so I showed up, and that was the first time we all played together. So it would be the first time she heard me play.
Already performing.
Yeah, yeah. I was kind of nervous, but not really. I mean,
were you in awe of her already?
I was in awe of everybody.
Okay.
I was probably more in awe of the band because they were so tight. And when you play with people like that, like I've had the opportunity to play with some great players, you know, after Selena. But that band was, the way we played together, I've never experienced anything like that again. I had never experienced it before, and I haven't since then. But it was almost like the instrument played itself because everybody's holding it down and doing their thing, and it's kind of not about you, it's about her. So it was just a different kind of focus for me, but a lot of fun. I took a lot of deep breaths when we were done with that gig, though. You know.
It's like, yeah, but I guess you realize that's how good you were. You're just like, wow, I'm keeping up. I'm with the band. I'm in the band.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I always thought I could hang with them, you know, and I did, you know, because I had come from playing so many different types of music, that I was pretty confident, but I was also very grateful for the opportunity and really wanted to be a part of it, and wasn't thinking about it as some kind of springboard to end up somewhere else. Maybe another opportunity might come along. Like for me, that was it. That was the end of the search. It was the perfect gig for me because, like, if you know me, I'm not very shy or timid or anything. If you don't, I'll come across like that probably at first. Not probably, but I'll come across like that at first. And the thing is, I just had to play guitar. You know what I mean? And help as we're recording or whatever, or live. I even wanted to play a certain type of rock song or whatever, I could do it. And when it was time to do interviews, I just stayed in the back. You know what I mean? So it was perfect for me. And that, I'll be honest and say, you know, so many years later, and you know, when everything happened, and you know, with Selena and the band was no longer a band, that's when I realized it. Unfortunately, I didn't get it while I was living that life. I just thought, okay, it's what it is, right? Yeah. Cool. But then when I didn't have it anymore, or I should say us in the band didn't have it anymore, that's when I realized, you know, some of the things that were really special and important. Yeah, it's kind of like the outside looking in. It's like, wow, that's where I was. Yeah, it's hard when you're in there and all the hoopla and the, you know, we're starting to get really huge in Mexico, and so there was a lot of that involved. And Selena had to, like, she was the one that had to be present, the most present in all the interviews and in all the performances, and it was a lot, but she did it, you know, she took it like a champ. And I mean, she'd get tired, but never once did she ever think that, oh, this wasn't something she wanted to do. You know, she was always excited about it and grateful. You know, I was fortunate enough to be one of the people who saw Selena y los Dinos, the documentary that's about to be released on Netflix. So what a treat it was to be able to see, because I think the world has longed for so much more, because I think everyone has seen every clip over and over. You see those same images, but what's being released now, it's amazing. It's beautiful. It's magical. It just gives us a deeper dive into the different style of music that you guys want, what you didn't want to play. I don't want to give away too much, but there are so many gems that you see how everything came together. What did you think about the documentary? I thought it was great. I mean, really, the one who worked the hardest on it and who's been working so much on the editing and making sure it's done the right way, or the way that Selena would have wanted it. The one who's been doing that is Suzette. She's been spearheading the whole project, as she has a lot of the other Selena stuff, and she's done an amazing job. But yeah, the thing is, like, some, I don't know if you want to call them fans, but some people, when they heard, oh, they're making a documentary, they were like, what? Why are they doing another movie or whatever? But they don't understand what the difference is. And to be honest, I don't have the time to sit down and make a post or a video and try to explain the difference between the movie and the series and this documentary. You know, I'd rather just look, you can watch it when it comes out or don't. It's up to you. But when people did start seeing it, the feedback was incredible. I mean, like you just said, you know, it's a whole different thing. And again, I don't want to give away too much either, but it makes sense when you see it. Yeah, and you know, it's I'm sure for all of us that were involved, especially Suzette. I mean, it's definitely like a labor of love. Yeah. Because we all did our interviews in our own space, and you have to it gets kind of deep here and there. You know, it's funny in a lot of spots. It's deep in a lot of spots. It kind of takes you on the journey that we were on.
Yeah, I mean, just as a fan, I was just really grateful and appreciative of Suzette being able to put all that together the way that she did.
Yeah, well, she was the one that mostly had the camera back in the day, you know, and
Doing the recording. Oh my God! All of the what was it, the VHS or the
yes, it was
VCO?
the VHS before the high eights. Yeah, and it's like a lot of people forget that too. But it does have that look to it.
It
But a lot
does.
of people forget because nowadays everybody's got an iPhone with these great cameras and you can just start recording wherever or whatever it is that you want to record. Back then it was a lot different, and I'm so glad. At the time, I was like, oh, there's that camera again. You know what I mean?
But we could see it on y'all's faces, like,
oh yeah,
my
you could.
God,
Yeah,
here we
it's- yeah. Yeah, there were some funny parts in there, but now, like, I mean, how glad am I that Suzette was able to document so much.
Yeah, it all came together. How has this year been for you? I mean, I know every year can continue to be tough probably, but the 30 years, I mean, everything got extra attention. You know, there was a whole lot going on. Yolanda was denied parole. It was just a big year. How have you been doing this year?
You know, I mean, to me, it's pretty much the same thing every year at that time of year. You know, when we start getting into March and April, my body already starts feeling it, you know, because of, you know, everything that happened on March 31st with her, and then the fact that 2 days after that was going to be our 3rd anniversary. So March 31st and April 2nd are right there, you know, so it's like one of the worst days of my life and then one of the best but scary days of, you know, when we
When
got
you
married.
initially
Yeah, so it's for me, it's a, you know, it's a crazy time, but you know, with it being the 30th anniversary this past year, I've gotten to a place now because we did some work for that Dreaming of You record that just came out, the CD, and everything pretty much was remixed. A lot of that was done here.
Here in the studio?
Yeah, a lot of that was done here, the remixing, and then also like the other guys that mixed it, they do like they're world class mixers. They do like Ariana Grande, The Weeknd, the Rolling Stones. It's just a long list of artists that they've worked with, and they were quick to jump on the Selena project, and I mean that's always exciting to me, like getting on the phone with these guys, you know, and then like, they're not gonna call back, and then they call back right away, you know, because you got to talk to their people, then their people got to talk to them, then they got to whatever. But it was quick, like everybody was just so like, oh, and I'm honored to be a part of this project, and they did a great job. And if you haven't heard it, people who haven't heard it, they should check it out. There's a big difference in the sound quality.
I bet from that, you know, from that long ago to now.
Yep.
And you continue, I mean, you're still doing music with your band. You're at the Grand Ole Opry. You're hanging with Emilio what's his name?
yeah.
Estefan. Yeah. So tell me a little bit about your performances now. Even with Louis the singer, he's from Houston.
Louis is from Fort Worth.
Is he? Okay, because he's in Houston quite a bit.
Yeah, he plays. Yeah, we've done some shows. We just recently did House of Blues with him out there.
Okay.
There are times that my full band, the Chris Pérez band, we call it CPV for short, right? There are times that the full band will go and back him up, but then it got to be a lot for everybody, and then like I've been taking on a lot of other projects, so now usually when we go play with him, it's me and Bob, who's my right hand guy here in the studio, and we do a lot of work in the studio. We've worked with Louis, so we're all familiar with each other's kind of vibe and music, and it's fun, you know, to just, for me, you know, because that's what I do, is I play music. I'm a musician. Yes, a lot of stuff has happened. A lot of people know me from my past, and thank them for not forgetting about me, because things have been going really well. But to be able to stand on my own as the musician that I am, or the guitarist, and work with different people. I've worked with so many different singers, bands, musicians, producers, and like you mentioned, Emilio Estefan. We just got back from Miami. I mean, there's just, I could just ramble on and on of all the projects I've been doing, and at the end of the day, I know I'm a lucky guy that I've been given the opportunities that I've been given, and I fully expect to take advantage of everything that comes along that I can handle, because there's so many different things I want to do. Having said, the musician part of everything that I love, and all these great people that I work with, there's a new wine venture, there's the hot sauce venture that we've already been doing for a few years, and
which we're going to taste both today when we go down to the kitchen.
And the thing is too is like my attitude towards all those things outside of music is the same that it is inside of music, which is like, we don't cut corners. We don't take the easy way out. We want to put out the best product that we can put out with what we have. And it's the same attitude with the hot sauce, the wine, the production company we just started with. We have an artist that's about to come out with Blue Mariachi Productions.
Which is what we see up here.
Oh yeah, I didn't know it was on. There's Louis and Johnny Carter Cash, playing with him at the Grand Ole Opry. I mean, there's just been
Johnny Cash's son.
Johnny Cash. Yeah, I know, and he was here was it last week? I think he was here, and we were up here. We wrote a couple of songs together, and then he went to one of the Louis shows. Louis was playing here, so I said I'd go up and play a couple of songs. And I wasn't gonna do the whole set. We just did the Johnny Cash songs, Ring of Fire, and we did Ring of Fire here. And man, it's like sometimes I just need to get pinched or pinch myself. Like, what is this life I'm living, and I think I attribute a lot of that to just having a proper attitude, and being positive about things, which isn't easy all the time because you get tired, especially if you're traveling or, the hardest thing for me is when I get so busy, like spending time with my kids. That's the hardest part. And then what do? I don't want to say I overwork to get back to them or to get them to me, but it's like if I'm coming back on the road from LA on a Wednesday and I don't get home until 1 a.m, Thursday morning, whatever, and then my son's got a holiday on Friday, I'll get home, I'll sleep for 3-4 hours, get in the car, go to Corpus, pick him up, and come back. You know what I mean? And so I get back and I'm tired, but I'm happy.
Yeah.
And some people are like, dude, you should take a day off. And then I'm like, no, it's the kids, I can't.
No,
when
it comes to,
I don't want to.
But that's your motivation. That's like, hey, I'll sleep later. Let me get to my kids. That's absolutely a great parent.
There's always time. I mean, there's little windows in between everything where I say, all right, I'll literally look at the calendar and be like, oh, I'm gonna get to sleep right here on these days.
Schedule some sleep, for sure.
Wait, and then what happens? Those days come. I'm like, hey, Bob, we're working up here in the studio.
Now you have extra time.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah. So, having your cake and eating it too is, it's a trip.
It is, and we've seen a lot more of you in these last few years. Do you feel like you've ramped things up? Did you come, or when did you get to a point where you said, you know what, let's try to, turn this big wheel again and go full speed? Because you've got a lot going on right now.
Yeah, and there's more on the horizon, believe it or not. But the thing is, like, I know some people that sit down and they come up with a plan, or they have their ideas, or their what do they call those vision board things or whatever. Lucky enough for me, I'm in a position to be in rooms with people that spark ideas. You know what I mean? So for me to sit down and to do that kind of stuff, I've never really had to do that. Like, for example, the wine venture, right? How that all happened, I didn't like sit there and go like, you know what? I want to do this. And then, okay, how am I going to do this? And whatever. That never happened. We got hired to do an event. It was a meet and greet. And I met he's now a really good friend of mine, Al. I met him, and he he does that stuff. He does the wine stuff, and he does, among other things. And we have a big announcement, Al and I, coming up in the next couple of months about a venture we're signing off on. But anyway, at the time, you know, and when we just started talking about the wine and stuff, and that was when I was like, hey, so, you know, if I wanted to do whatever, he's like, bro, I can help you. It's, you know, I've done it. He's got a brand called Ernest Hemingway, and he's got the rights to the logo, whatever. And it's really good stuff. So, you know, I tried it, and once I started getting to know Al, he has the same attitude I do. Like, it's all about the product, how good can we get it. And from then on, it just, you know, I was involved in every aspect of it, but I had him guiding me through it, you know. So I say all of that to end up saying that, you know, my team is great. I mean, there's no way I'd be able to do any of the stuff that I do without them. I might be in the front, and I might kind of get us in the room, so to speak, but we all have to work towards that common goal. And it's been like that with the wine, with the hot sauce, with the production company. This is different people we work with.
So thinking back, what do you think, like, Selena would think about you being with wine and hot sauce? And have you ever?
I mean,
do you know what I mean? The thought of it, like the thought of.
Yeah, I mean, I think she'd be happy. I mean, you know what the funny thing is? It was like, when we were married, you know, she was alive, obviously, and all that. Around that time, like, we never had wine.
But that's what I'm saying. That's
We
what
were
I'm
so
saying,
young.
because you were young.
Yeah.
It's not something that you really get into. So now
Yeah.
it's like, okay, wine.
Yeah. And the hot sauce, I think she'd love that too. And, you know, and I'm really proud of the hot sauce. You know, we've actually, again, we've got 3 flavors, now 4, which hopefully you'll get to try in a little bit. But and each one of the 3, because the 4th one isn't out yet, but each one of the 3 hot sauces has won awards, which is crazy.
That's crazy to win a hot sauce. You know how good your hot sauce has to be to win an award?
Yeah, and the people in the hot sauce
industry,
they call themselves chili heads.
Okay.
Right? Like when I went, because I went to a couple of the awards ceremonies or whatever, just thinking, oh, I'm gonna go and support. Little did I know I was gonna win a couple and go collect the trophies. It's so weird, but
you're like, I'm here for a hot sauce award.
Yeah, and so you know, but everybody that was there, I kind of thought, because you know, there's a lot of friendly competition in the music industry, right? So when you go to the Grammys or you go to different award shows, especially, you might sense some tension here and there. You know, it comes with it. But over there in that hot sauce world, I mean, everybody was just so, Chris, hey, and like it was this company and then that company, and they had their own stuff, and I just got to meet a bunch of really cool people, and funny enough, a lot of them are musicians. You know,
oh, really? That's random.
Yeah, we got to talk about hot sauce and music, and you know, it was just a great time. But yeah, the hot sauce have been doing great. They like I said, they've won some awards. We got a new one.
Yeah, we're gonna get to this downstairs.
Yeah,
guys,
I gotta warn
this.
everybody.
I know it doesn't look at it's clear, but it's called Lava Caliente.
Yes.
Which is one of your
it's one of the songs off of Resurrection. Yeah.
Yes, I don't even want to do it yet. Should we do it, guys? This when you turn it
be
over.
Able to see it. Yeah, it looks like it has that lava lamp effect. When you turn it over.
But it's.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see that.
I don't know if you can see it, but we'll show it to you downstairs.
So this is the 4th one.
Ooh, cuckoo.
And each one has gotten hotter than the one before it.
Can you take the heat? Like, are you bring it on?
Yeah, I mean it's not easy, but yeah, that one's okay. So the first one was hot. The second one, about the same hotness. The third one was habanero, so that one was a lot hotter. And now we have this one. So you can imagine, this is made out of the same stuff that they put in pepper spray. So you got to be careful with it. It's really hot. Yeah, it's really hot.
That's scary.
Yeah.
But I'm going to try it because I'm like the hot sauce queen. Like, until my nose starts running, then it's official.
This is going to get you.
I don't know, I have that 3-hour ride home.
But just do it like a drop.
Yeah. Okay, we'll just do a drop. Tell me a little bit about how how you're spending your time now, how you're doing all these, ventures. You're hanging with your kids and stuff. How is the relationship right now with the Quintanilla family?
It's great. Yeah, it's I was just at Q Productions the other day. There's a project that the Grammy Museum in Los Angeles is. I think I can talk about this. The Grammy Museum in Los Angeles is gonna build a Selena exhibit, and so they're gonna have like a lot of her outfits. I believe they're gonna have the microphone that's at Q Productions now. They're gonna have a couple of my guitars, the one with her face painted on it, and then the one that I actually used to record all of Amor Prohibido, the whole record. So Bitty Bitty Bom Bom was recorded with that other guitar. That's gonna be there, and they have various items that they're gonna have up, and it's only temporary. So if you guys get a chance, go check it out, because it's only gonna be there for a couple of months, I think.
That's exciting.
And I want my guitars back.
Yeah, I'm about to say these are just for a little bit for you to see them. And how much like you said, your guitar, how much do things like that mean to you?
Oh, they're priceless. And like I have a lot of guitars, probably in the 40 range.
40 guitars.
40, yeah, something like that. But the two that are going to be at the exhibition, those are like my two. They're priceless, But when Suzette asked me about it, and we talked about the security around all that stuff and how they're going to do it, I was like, yep, okay.
Oh yeah, because
I thought they just wanted one, but then they saw both of them and they're like, whoa, they want both of them. Is that okay? I'm like, yeah, okay.
But you were telling me that you were happy because her microphones would be there, so it would be there with her.
Yes, yeah, her microphone's gonna be there. I asked Suzette, and she says, yeah, it's gonna be there. So, and again, it's only for a couple of months, so it's gonna be tough, but I can do that. And
you mentioned it tough because how often do you find yourself checking into those moments or just cherishing those moments? I'm sure you're surrounded by memories.
Yes. Watching the documentary was a little difficult, because and luckily I got to watch it in my own environment. I wasn't around,
And I was going to ask you that too. Do you have a copy where you can go see it when you want to see it, or was that your time that you got a chance to watch it?
It was a link that expired after a while. They're being really careful with it.
Of course.
Look at what happened with the people that went to the documentary that recorded some of it on their phone and then uploaded it.
No, I didn't even hear about
online.
that.
Yeah. They don't. And then they get upset because it gets flagged and taken down and whatever, but they don't understand it, I get it, but what they don't get is that it's like, one, it's not out yet, right? And it's kind of like, I know they don't think about it like this, but at this point it's like stealing.
It really is.
You know what I mean? And I know that sounds hardcore, but at the same time, I know they don't really. People just get excited and they're like, "Oh, I got this, check it out!" And then everybody's so quick. Yeah, everybody's so quick to do that. But it could be a problem in some situations, And this was just one of them.
And I know we talked a little bit earlier about the public, the audience. We thought we saw everything we could possibly see, Do you think, how do you feel about her legacy now? Because I know the family keeps a very tight kind of like they want to make sure everything is carefully curated, what's released, like what's given to the public. Do you think that we've been given enough, or do you think it's been kind of saved by the family just to cherish and make sure her legacy is carried in the right direction?
I don't want to say that there's been enough given already. I don't know if there ever will be, or there will ever be the feeling of that. you know, but the truth is, you know, she did so much in the years that she lived, where she was going to be 23, or was she going to be 24? I'm not sure. Because we were 2 years apart. I was 25. So I think she was going to be 24 in like 2 weeks after she had passed. But so there's not a lot there. And again, the fact that times were different back then, you know, as opposed to now, where everybody has a lot of video stuff, and you know, you get everything on your phone or whatever. Back then it wasn't like that, so there really isn't that much. And that's what I think, just like you, a lot of her fans can feel how special this documentary is. You know, it is something you haven't seen before. Although you might you might think you have, you know, just when you're able to see it, if you have Netflix or whatever, check it out. And if you don't like it, well, okay, that's your thing. But I have a feeling it's going to surprise everybody that might have some kind of negative thought around it. But the good news is, like 99.9% of everybody that's seen it has loved it. You know, actually, to me, 100%. The only ones that, you know, and negative comments are very few and far between. But I don't think those are people that have even seen it.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. No. It. I don't see who wouldn't like it. Like it's so perfectly put together. I was a hot mess after leaving there. You know, I'm trying to interview people. I'm like, how? Because they, you know, a lot of people came out in tears. You know, a lot of her fans, and I'm asking them how they're doing. And this one girl, she was like, "How are you doing?" and I was just like, because I had it's unexpected, but it's so beautiful. It's such a beautiful look inside. And then you told me about the best day, the most beautiful day, and the scariest day of your life is when you guys decided to go for it as such. And are you saying afraid because of Abraham? You know, kind of having the courage at that age to say, we're going for it.
Yeah, well, I've always been first. Selena can get most of the credit for that. Okay. Right. But once I'm convinced of something or whatever, there's no turning back. Okay. You know, and once we talked about it, and it, you know, honestly, for anybody watching that really wants to know, I mean, that the movie, the Selena movie, that scene where she comes knocking on the door and like, you know, I'm done, whatever, and talks me into getting married, like that scene is like it's pretty much what happened. Wow. You know, I see that one and I'm like, yep.
That's how it went.
Yep. That's crazy.
Great. And so what did you think about Jennifer Lopez playing in that movie?
I thought she did a great job. Yeah, I mean, you know, not only that, I think what she did after that as well, like it was great. How far she's gone, and you know, thing is, like, you can't get to where she's at without a lot of hard work, like, and a lot of sacrifice. And it's nice to think about sometimes that maybe that would have been the same thing for Selena, something along those lines, you know, as far as going into the acting, because a lot of people don't know this, I don't think, but she's a great actor, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, she was, like, so I think, you know.
Would she do, like, little things or little skits or her own?
Yeah, I mean, not only that, I mean, if you think about what she was doing on stage, or like when she was doing No Me Queda Más, and she's telling this dude off and you call somebody out of the crowd. I mean,
get really, up in their face. No, that's so great.
Yeah, so you know, she had some.
Was that fun for you to watch? Because I mean, you're there with the guitar and you're seeing this poor soul about to get dissed.
No, I didn't think that. I didn't think that. What I thought was like, oh man, you know, like, do we know this person up here on stage? Like, well, you know, you guys better be watching security. You know, I was always a little worried about it, but it was funny, you know, because they would tell them, security would would tell them like, hey, you keep your hands right here. If they move, you know,
You're getting tackled.
yeah. So I learned to be relaxed around that kind of stuff. But I thought she did. The fans loved it, you know, and so
That
for
was
me,
really
that's
our
all part of the show.
introduction, you know, to Jennifer Lee. Yes, we saw the Fly Girl, you know, in Living
Yes,
Color.
yes, yes.
We saw, but that was different.
What's crazy is, and I don't know if because at the time I hardly like spoke about anything, you know, or much less spoke to Jen. But that's the funny thing is like a lot when we were on the bus, we used to watch In Living Color all the time. You know, we had it. I forgot who it was, but they'd record every episode, and then we would get the VHS tape and take it into the bus. So, and Selena would watch it too. So little did we know, one, obviously the tragedy that was going to come about, but that we were watching somebody who was going to portray her. You know what I mean? In the movie, it's so weird how things kind of turn out sometimes.
Yeah, I'm sure that's like you never anticipate something like that happening. So, you said you have kids. Have you remarried? Did you ever remarry? Or
I did for a minute. I think it was.
How many kids
bad.
do you have?
I have two.
Boys, girls?
One boy and one girl.
Okay.
But I'm horrible with year dates. I don't remember when it was.
I think all dads
are. Yeah, and I remarried in like the early 2000s, maybe closer to the mid 2000s. And I was married for a minute, and then just things didn't work out without getting into too many details.
Sure.
But the good news around that is like it's all about the kids, and their mom and I are really, we're still good friends. You know what I mean? We handle everything for the kids, and so I'm a lucky guy on that front too.
Oh, that's
you know.
good.
But
and do your kids know a lot about Selena and her legacy? And
they do.
How old are they?
But I imagine they're in their, one's 20 and one is 25.
Okay. Yeah, so I know what you're saying. It's just that age group.
Yeah, but no, they're like, I think because of the way I've carried myself in front of them, it doesn't, I don't think it, I think one day it's going to hit them. And of course, right now they know, but I don't think it's a, you know, because they only know me as dad. You know what I mean? And it's, I would imagine growing up around me as your dad, you know, you're not really going to be thinking, oh, this stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Every now and again, my daughter and I will be talking because she's going to be 26 this year. And we'll be talking, and I'm like, how old are you again? It's like, I'm 25, Dad. And I'm like, man, you know what I was doing when I was 25 years old? We already done this, that, whatever. She's like, oh, God, I'm out of here. We'll have those.
But there's no evidence because nobody recorded as much as we do.
Right. Yeah. No, but what I'm saying is like, you know, I was on the road playing music for a living when I was 18 years old. You know, joined the Dinos at 19. You know, was on tour with them, and everything, just the arc was going, you know. And then we wrote these or recorded these albums that became iconic and did all these really cool stuff, won all these awards. And then I was 25 when everything happened to her. You know what I mean? So I lived all that life. And, you know, and I continue, but at 25 was when the shift, you know what I mean, happened.
Absolutely.
But I was 25. And at the time, we're like, 25 is so adult when you're 25, or at least when I was 25. And now I look at my daughter and I'm like, I mean, I'm proud of her, you know, she's a badass, but I'm like, man, you know.
You know what I was doing?
Yeah, that's what I meant. But
yeah.
But, you know, as a dad, that's one of the things I've learned is just to show grace around, you know, not everybody's different. You know, there are so many things about my kids that I'm super proud of, you know, and I'm grateful that 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 some of my habits growing up didn't get handed down to them. You know, so I'm just grateful.
Of
Happy
course.
dad.
Happy dad. No, of course. It's just life of a rock star. Do you know what I mean? I know what you're saying. So it's just that kind of. I'm sure they are proud of you. I think, just from my personal opinion, you've handled yourself with a lot of grace. You've carried yourself. Of course, we don't know behind the scenes, you know, and still my condolences to you.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. It's funny. I just heard that recently, and it's not the first time he's mentioned it to me. But when I was hanging out with Emilio and Stefan in Miami last week, that's one of the things, you know. And he's a very what's the word towards me? He's very I don't want to say protective, but I know he feels like when I'm there, he's you know, we're tight.
Yeah.
And you know, like I had Carlitos there, who's a singer in another project that I'm in called Grupo Metal, featuring Chris Pérez. He was with me in Miami, and he actually went to the studio first, to Crescent Moon, which is Emilio's studio. And I was like, I was tired. I, you know, been traveling and working here, working there. And I was like, you go to the studio. I'm going to stay in my room and get some rest. So about an hour goes by, and he calls me, and he's like, hey, you want to come to the studio? I was like, I already told you. But I know what that meant. I was like, please come to the studio. So I was like, let me get up and let me see how I feel, and then I'll go. So I got up, felt pretty good, and I was like, all right, I'll be right there. And, you know, when Carlos and I were talking about it later, he goes, yeah, before you got there, Emilio's like, how's he doing? You know, how's this project? How's that? And how's so-and-so? And how are they being? And blah, blah, blah. And, like, he really does care. So, you know, to work with people like that I know it's not just about, you know, popularity or whatever. They really do care about you. I'm honored. I mean, it's him. You know what I mean?
It's Emilio.
Yeah. So, it's always exciting to go over there, and he'll show us the new music he's working on, and like, hey, you know, what we're doing and things like that. So it's to work with him is always it's an honor.
And so what can people listen to now? Tell me something that you're currently, for music, or your latest, something that you're proud of, or to keep up with your music, because you have a fusion of all types of music that you do.
Yeah, my band or my projects. Well, we released a song maybe about 2 years ago, but it's one that I'm actually singing on. It's called Pushing Ahead. You can find it on all the digital platforms or whatever. But there's a few songs with the group that I mentioned earlier, Grupo Metal, featuring Chris Pérez. There's been a few releases of that lately. You could look that up. Then there's, of course, the stuff that I've done with Louis the singer, which he just keeps putting out. So there's maybe 3 songs I've done with him. You could check him out. He's a country artist. And then there's we're gonna have a new artist that we signed to Blue Mariachi Productions. Her name is Daniela. She's an amazing artist, young girl that we're about to. I'm not sure if we're gonna put out a 5-song EP or just release singles, but I'm all over that one. I know I'm leaving some stuff out. Like I said, I've been writing with Johnny Cash's son, and going over there to Cash Cabin to work with him, which is an iconic studio. We recorded some stuff over there. I mean, it's just, I'm always busy doing stuff like that. But when's the next gig? I think I'm gonna be in Vegas with Grupo Metal. I'm gonna be with Louis, and I think at the State Fair in Dallas.
And you post that stuff on your social media.
Most times. I mean, like, you know, I get a little, if I'm being honest, I get discouraged sometimes because I see all the younger generation, they're using it like constantly on it and doing this and that. And I see Louis doing that too. He's really good at it. But I find that I don't have that energy. You know what I mean? And at first, when you could just post a picture with a little caption here and there, post a picture with a little caption. Now they're doing these reels and these stories and these videos and TikTok and algorithms and all this stuff. And I'm like, I just want to play guitar. You know?
Not set the camera up every time I turn around and walk over.
I mean, it
is a lot.
It's become part of the game.
Yeah.
You know, and all respect to everybody doing that, for real. Like, I know how hard it can be. Your brain has to be on all the time and thinking of things, and it's a lot. And for me, it's a little bit different. Like, I just want to play the music. I want to play guitar. I want to be around amazing musicians. I want to be around good energy, and be inspired. You know, and the older I get, it seems like the better I'm getting at all those things. You know, and so I'm looking forward to the coming, you know, to the rest of the year. Honestly, it's just next is going to be this hot sauce. We got, like I said, we got some new music coming out. I don't have anything as far as CPB releases go. We've been recording, but again, along with everything else, it's like the more that we do, it's the more that we have to.
It's the more that you do.
Yeah, it's the more that we have to do to take care of what we've done already, you know.
You know, I recently interviewed David de la Garza from La Mafia.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I talked to
friend.
him recently. You know, he has nothing but amazing things to say about you. And, you know, we talked a little bit about kind of the state of Tejano music now, you know, and there are a lot of people that feel like when we lost Selena, a lot of like Tejano music, like she was kind of carrying that torch. Where do you think Tejano music stands right now?
You know what? I don't know. I'm not I remember when we were playing it, there were so many stations on the radio. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this was before streaming and all that stuff. Nobody had home computers. If you think about it, go back to 1995, nobody had home computers. Definitely very few people had cell phones, and even if you did, it was just to make a call or receive a call. You couldn't. So with so many different options, I mean, I've lost track. I wouldn't even know where to begin. As a matter of fact, when we released Daniela, who's that artist under Blue Mariachi Productions, we already have our list of crew people that are going to help with the promotions and all that, because if this were 1995, I'd go like, oh, call so-and-so from that station and call so-and-so from that
You're
station
right,
and do that thing.
We lost the Tejano station in Houston.
Like Kakukuka, or what was it?
Yeah.
See, I remember all that.
You remember.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
remember. I mean, Bo Corona, he's still around.
Yes.
You know, they have I think that the Tejano Music Festival's coming to Houston. I guess it's always in San Antonio, but for the first time it's coming to Houston. Yeah, so which is a pretty big deal, but you're right. It's we lost a lot of, even though, like you said, back then, you could see it, you could feel it, you could go to the stations, there were events, and there were all this, and I'm not going to say one person was responsible for not, you know what I mean? But I know what you're saying.
It's a different thing, and I have no idea. Honestly, I'm the ones who are still out there that have been there since the days of Selena being around and playing the music. I'm sure they've had to do a lot of tap dancing around, figuring out new ways to stay relevant. I have a lot of friends that, man, you know, and the thing is, like, I'm really proud of my friends like David, you know, and the guys in La Mafia, and Jesse Turner and Rich, you know, the bisexual player, and the guys in Signo, and like, we have a lot of friends in the industry still. We just, with we just roll down different lanes, and every now and again they'll merge, and it's really cool. And like, I'll be in the studio with Jesse and the guys, or with the Mafia guys, or actually, speaking of David, he recorded on that single that I'm singing on. He's playing some of the keyboards, and he's singing the background vocals. There's no way I can sing as high as he does. So, but
let him have that part.
Yeah, we're really good friends, and you know, even back when Selena was alive, I mean, she loved him too. You know, we all used to hang out, and again, to come together on the road at certain gigs or at award show was always a blast with those guys.
Yeah, I bet you have some amazing memories and things in
Oh,
that
yeah.
memory bank of yours.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you have a message for everyone who has supported you, who has, you know, been with you since this horrific tragedy, and just kind of lend themselves to you and their support?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, thanks for all the support and for being there through the years. I still can't believe it. Again, I know I'm a lucky guy to have the support, and you know, I feel it when we do these meet and greets, and I always trip because they're the success of them. You know what I mean? And we pull up to there, and I'm like, I can't believe there's so many people here. You know what I mean? There's a line of people going out to how far? You know, we're there 3 hours later, and they're like, oh, the line still goes. And I'm only supposed to be at these things for 2 hours or so. We say, man, I've stayed till 5 hours, you know, and it's awesome to be able to be like this close to somebody. You know what I mean? That they get to tell you how they feel, whether it's about me, whether it's about Selena, whether it's about the music or this band that I played with or that band. I mean, to be on that level that's awesome. It's a different thing when you're on stage and, you know, I live in a bubble. I can't, without contacts or glasses, I can't see past 10 feet. So it's like, I know you're there, I just can't see you too clear, right?
Okay.
But, not for real. I mean, the word that keeps coming up is grateful. I'm really grateful for that. And you know, obviously to the fans and the supporters of not only myself, but the projects that I'm involved in, and also Selena, obviously, and keeping her legacy alive. I mean, that's a huge deal, to be able to do that. But also everybody in the industry that has kind of worked alongside me, you know, not just in the music industry, but like with this wine venture and the hot sauce, and we can go down that list again. But there's just so many people that have helped me, and I could not have done it without them. And again, I know this is going to be a little weird, but we do have a big announcement that I cannot say anything, but we're closing up the deal. We're signing off on it, and I would guess here within the next month or two, we'll be making a big announcement about it.
Okay, so you're going to let me know so we can...
I'll let you know.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be another cool thing, so.
Okay. Hot sauce and wine.
Are you ready to go try it?
Let's go.
All right.
All right, I'm excited. We got 2 products here. Nice. All right,
Let me
Chris
pour you a
Pérez
glass.
Wine Collection.
Oh, yep. Chris Pérez Wine Collection. It's called 14, Roman numerals X1V. You know, it's crazy. This logo right here, Bob actually came up with it upstairs in the studio.
It's nice.
Yeah, so
And why
I'm proud
14?
of it. It's my lucky number. It's my birthday, August 14th, and 14 always seems to be following me around. So what better name as far as I was concerned. I'm really proud of this.
And what type of wine is this?
This is a blend. It has 3 different grapes, Grenache being one of them, which is one of my favorites.
All right, salud.
Cheers.
That kind of, it's smooth. It just kind of melts on your tongue. This is good.
It is.
This could be dangerous.
We're gonna make some more. Right now, we're running low on the inventory that we have now, but we're gonna make some more.
Okay, so where can people buy this? This is really good, and I'm usually not a wine drinker, but this is nice and subtle.
Well, I'm a wine drinker, and I agree with you. You can order it right now. Ordering online is the best option, which would be at ChrisPérezWineCollection.com.
Okay.
And yeah, it'll ask if you're 21 to enter the site, and then
barely, but you know.
Yeah. And then you can go ahead and order from there.
All right, perfect. Well, I love this. Thank you so
Well,
much.
having said all that, we have a gift for you that me and the crew put together.
Oh my
Your
gosh.
own bottle.
Yes.
Yes, your own bottle.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank
got
you. Look at this. Woohoo. I don't know. How long am I going to be able to save this? I don't know. We'll see. We'll worry about that later. Okay, now.
That's yours.
The hot sauce. So we have this one open. And let me just show you again what I showed you upstairs. Lava
Get your water
Caliente.
ready.
Because it looks like a lava lamp. And were you serious when you said there's part of like pepper spray?
Yeah, it's the same thing they use for pepper spray. You know, the
Have you
law
tried it
enforcement.
before? And then you shake it, right?
I've been pepper sprayed. No, just kidding. I'm just kidding.
But that's another story.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so we shake it, right?
Yeah, just shake it up.
This is unreal.
Yep, that's it. Now, for everybody watching, so we have 3 other flavors. This is the 4th one. The first one came out pretty hot. Second one was a little bit hotter. Third one was habanero, so obviously the hottest. This one, just so you have fair warning, it's up there.
Gosh, I'm scared, but I'm excited. We have the water, we have the pizza, all the elements to take off. Okay. Wait. So I have to shake it first, right? That's.
Well, yeah. I mean, either way, it's gonna be hot either.
But I don't want like a chunk of lava.
Yeah. So these are gonna have. The plan is we'll see if we can get it done. They're gonna have the label and everything. These are just prototype bottles. So
smells good.
But be careful. I'm serious. It's
I have a 3-hour drive home. Oh, that's too much.
Drip that off of there. Yeah.
Drip it off of there. Okay. For real?
Yeah. No, this is a really hot one. Here, maybe that little drop.
So this one has a few.
Let me see. I'll do this one.
Really?
Yeah. Just feel your nose open up.
I think
be careful.
Too much. No, that's
It's gonna take me all day to finish this one, but we're good.
No. Hold on. I kind of want a little bit more.
Okay. Dang. Yeah. But it's got some flavor to it. You know, it's not just completely let me kill you hot. But although it is hot, it's got a good taste to it.
It's got a good smell. That's not. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Cheers. It's not too hot though.
Cheers. All right.
But then I'm the hot sauce queen, so there you go.
Apparently, most people would be tripping out right now.
Yeah. Until my nose starts running, that's how you know it's official.
Give it a second. Give it a second.
Wow. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you hosting us here. Just being able to check in with you and seeing where you are right now. I'm excited for all of the things that you have coming up. And then there's some things that he told me separately. I'm a good secret keeper. So yeah, there it goes. Look. Here goes the runny nose. But I'm excited for everything that you have. We appreciate your time and we appreciate
thank you, Coco.
You letting us in to your future, because you have a bright future that you continue to just kind of expand and give us all that Hispanic Heritage Month is all year long. Chris Pérez.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks for the support. Thanks for following all the projects. And Hot Sauce will be out soon.